Hey, what's up guys, aarava here, and welcome back to the episode of my F1 2019 Ferrari Manager Career Mode here for episode number 6 at the Canadian Grand Prix in Season 2. If you guys did miss the previous one, then be sure to go check that one out before you see this one. That was a difficult race out South Africa. Again, the car and our driver pairing having potential maybe, but in the race just unable to really do it. And 2 times now, Verstappen has got the better engine and he has not delivered. So enough's enough. We're going to give the engine back to Vettel. I'm going to try and actually look into designing another similar engine, because if I can have the same engine for both drivers, then we won't have this whole fuss of who has the better engine, basically, and it's a big, obviously, performance factor in the game, especially with the fuel efficiency perk that we have on the best engine available. But yeah, I've given Verstappen enough of a chance 2 races in a row with that engine, and it definitely is hampering Vettel a little bit, I can tell, so I'm going to give the engine back to Vettel this race, and we'll see how it goes. But, I mean, on paper, our car is the best car now, and our driver pairing is the best, obviously, so hopefully this last upgrade here on the front wing has helped us tick over, and that could be the final deciding factor. But I'm going to go ahead and I think design an engine, because we're first pretty much on everything now. Yeah, pretty much everything apart from the engine. So I'm going to go ahead and design a new engine and basically we'll see what we can do in terms of iterations, what we've got here in terms of an ultimate maybe available. So we've got plus 40 during the race. There's a plus 60 with a risk level I can minus off potentially. So we do plus 10 here. That's the best one to do for an average component. Then we go plus 50 maybe with a risk level, minus the risk level. That's a 1302. And then I've apparently not got an epic engine available. I've already done enough iterations, right? So have I just not got an engine? Yeah, I don't actually have an epic engine available, so that's the best I can do. So 1302, let's keep that in mind, because let's move forward then by 1 day, because I need to see what the best engine is. Simple question, which one's better? I'll say Verstappen this time, since I said Vettel before in the video. Technically, right now, they're actually the same level now. They're both 4.5 stars, so Verstappen has grown quite a fair bit this season. He's grown way more than Leclerc ever did in Season 1 there, so that kind of justifies taking Verstappen on as another driver here alongside Sebastian Vettel. Car repair is now done, so I can have a look here. Come on, get it done. I want to look at my car, improve parts. Right, let's have a look. 1302 is the best engine we have, but that's with a risk level, so we can minus that off and actually use that engine. So I think that's worth it. I think that's the best way to go with that, rather than something like, I don't know, minus, well, basically none of these, maybe fuel efficiency and then plus 40. In the race then it's going to be 1292, but I can have it be 1302 everywhere, basically, minus not having the fuel efficiency, but it's still a better engine, I guess. So, yeah, let's go for it. That'll take 19 days. Is this going to be a quicker build time if I do something like that? That's going to be 5 days. 5 days before the race. That's going to be 19 days after it. Why is this shot up so much? Is it because of the risk level minusing? That's really weird. Right, so in that case, maybe I just do this then. We'll have the same perk. It's going to be a 1292 in the race. I'm pretty sure that's the same thing as this engine, is it not? Wait, what's the one that's improvement in the race? It's I don't know, it's the front wing in the race. So that's just a 1272. So it would be the better engine, actually. That would be the better engine. So we go this, and that. That is the better engine, actually, in the race. And it's more fuel efficient. So I could give that one to Vettel. And the current one I could keep with Verstappen, really. So best of both worlds. So we'll build this one 5 days before the Grand Prix. That'll be pretty decent, actually. Right. Mail. We're all good there. Pit crew. Let's have a look here. Is anyone burnt out? This guy's burnt out. Gonna have to fire him, unfortunately. These guys need mega rest, and I'm going to have to hire some new people. Right, 17 level, good stuff. We're going to hire him. Who else can I actually hire? None of them are actually that great. That's really annoying, actually. So we're going to swap him out. So that can be a 238. Going to give this guy a rest, even though I don't really need to be honest. But I'll give him one. Front jack, let's swap this guy in. Beautiful. Give him a rest. And that's pretty much it. That's a pretty good spread. I mean, that's 1.4, 1.3 is a little bit higher than I want it to, but I don't actually have, like, I can swap this guy out, but I don't really have anyone to swap this man with, apart from, oh, actually, 0%, I lie. We can swap this guy out. Oh, that's pretty decent. Okay. That's actually a little bit better then. 1% on this guy, but again, I have literally no one, and I don't want to hire any of these guys, so I'm going to reject all of them, and so we'll move forward then towards the Canadian Grand Prix. Engine's going to get built in 3 days' time. So report coming up on the tyre. Got tyre wear level emailed by Vettel. It's no secret we've got one of the best cars apparently. 40% chance of rain. That's cool. Right. Engine being made. Improved part. Right. Let's remove everything here and make sure this engine is up to scratch and usable. And we'll add that onto performance as well. Right now we've got that one. Remove that. Add that on. And I'm going to remove most of these things. Let's just work on this engine. Let's just work on these engines and just get them up to scratch, basically. So that'll get done 1 day before the race, 2 days before the race. Ooh, 38 minutes. That's very specific, isn't it? 1 hour before the race, 2 hours after the race. This will be maxed out. So that's good. So I'll move forward then towards Canada. So both drivers will have an engine upgrade for them, essentially. Or I guess Verstappen will keep the engine upgrade he's got. So we'll go to fit parts, give this new engine to Sebastian Vettel. That's an upgrade there of 125, but that's 1290 in the race. So that's going to be good. And then this is just a 1272 base car. But it's got, obviously, the fuel efficiency. This got the fuel efficiency as well. It's got minus 10 reliability, though, in the race, actually. I've only just seen that. So that might be a little bit of an iffy thing, but that's fine. This is still the best engine we've got, technically, on paper, right about now. But that's because of the risk level. We're not going to use it. In terms of the rest of the parts, Vettel's getting most of the better parts. Front wing, I will give this one to Vettel now. That's not... Is that an improvement? That's an improvement in the race. That's 1-1-5-2 in the race. So that is going to be the best front wing we have in the race. Again, minus 10 reliability. So that'll be an iffy. So basically, Vettel's car is going to be a lot quicker in the race, but it's going to be a little bit questionable in reliability. But I'm willing to take that risk to give him that kind of car, basically. In terms of the rear wing, yep. Verstappen gets plus 40 in the race. That's fine. Rear wing... Suspension, right. So overall, Vettel, I think, has the better car, I'm pretty sure. Verstappen's way too happy with this car, though. So I'm going to swap that in. He's minus 3 now. He's 6. So that's a big deciding factor there. Is that going to be a change? That's 12. That's 6. See, I don't like that percentage being so large on 12. There needs to be a part that we don't have too much of a difference for, but there's way too much differences now between these parts. What's crucial for Canada? Because if the brakes aren't, then I'll swap the brakes. Yeah, brakes don't seem to be too... crap. Well, I've already swapped them. I already swapped the brakes around, so there we go. I clicked continue one too many times. Sorry, Verstappen, by no fault of your own. You've got a slightly worse car and you're not very happy with it, but that's okay. It could have been a lot worse. All right, taking practice, going to send them out on the soft tire, sorry, because we've got the ultras and super softs involved. These two are almost the same, really. So, but how's the speed difference? Not actually that bad, actually. So, you know what? The super soft might be the tire, a race tire to use potentially in the race, because there's only 1 lap difference between the tire wear of ultra to super soft, and the speed you can see there is only about half a star, maybe like 2/3 of a star compared to down to the soft tire. That's a... Well, from ultras, it's a big difference. From super soft, maybe not. I'm going to have to just take a stab in the dark, but usual kind of conservative strategy for both these drivers. We'll get the knowledge done on the soft tire first and foremost. Trying to get the race trim done as well, at least level 2. Then we'll swap over to ultra and qualifying. And usual stuff, we'll do any setup tweaks in Q1. If we need them, hopefully, but hopefully not. Let's see how this goes. We'll just let them run and get level 2 first. And I've just realised I've sent one of them out on qualifying trim. I don't know which one I've sent out on qualifying trim. I think it's Sebastian Vettel. Yeah, he's coming back in. So that was a bit of a mistake there. So we've got 2 different sets of knowledges straight away. So I'll go back to race trim with Vettel. But his setup's 94%. Not too bad as a baseline there. Right, Verstappen's going to come in. Going to send him out now. And his setup's looking very good on qualifying trim. 3 laps. Ultra's 97% set up for Verstappen. Right, I should have brought Vettel in on that lap, actually, because we're still doing race trim, and we're losing valuable time at the qualifying trim, as we've got to come in now, go on to a set of Ultras. I'll tweak this setup a little bit here for Seb, and just try and change something here. So speed balance is not really where we want it to be, so I'm going to go towards top end, I would assume. That's where we want to go. Out on Ultras then for Seb, and I think we should just about get level 2 on quali trim. Level 2 on ultra soft tire, though, could be a little bit close, actually, here, which would be rather annoying for qualifying. Let's see. Got about 1.5 minutes to go. 1 minute to go. I think if they continue on for one more lap once the checkered flag falls, then they might have half a chance. Where's Verstappen? He crosses the line. No, he's going to finish his lap. He's finished. Seb continues on, but it's not going to be enough there. So we only get level 1 on Ultras. That's quite frustrating, actually. I think that was probably because of the mistake I made with the tire wear, with the trim levels. So that's a little bit annoying, but I mean, other people might be in the same boat. So we're going to Q1 then. There is apparently some rain involved here. 40% chance of rain coming in for Q1. So that might... Well, if the rain comes again in Q2, I beg. Come on, Q2 rain to give the free choice of tyres. But right now, we'll go out on a set of... well, we'll take the Ultras and the quali trim in. And the same thing for Verstappen. In terms of setup tweaks, Vettel did not like that setup tweak. So we're going the other way, apparently, towards acceleration. And I will tweak this... come on. Okay. I'll leave it there. I'll maybe boost the downforce a little bit more and come back a little bit there. And let's try that out for size. We'll go on a set of super softs, actually, not ultras. And I will send them both out. 97% for Verstappen, that's fine. I will wait. Sorry, I will not send them out. I will wait, and then I'll send them out once it's dry. Actually, though, I could probably send Seb out right now on Inters just to check his setup, really. Going to bring him straight in. And just check the setup there. It's going to be 93. That's not an improvement. That's not an improvement. That's really annoying. Right. That's great. So if I go back here and then just go back to there, that'll be 3 greats at least, minimum. At least that'll be better, I hope. So go on a set of super softs and I will... I'm not going to send them out. Well, I'll send them out on another set of ultras, basically. On Inters, basically, just to quickly check the setup once again. So Seb's going out 3 times. 2 times, just coming straight back in. Right, what's that now? 96. A lot better. Right. Track's getting dry. Now going to send them out on supers and send them out on supers. Alright, Q2, and it is raining in Q2, but will it get dry? I believe so. So once again, my dream of having a free choice of tyres in the race is squandered by the game. So we'll just sit here, because like most Q2s, when it's getting dry, there's no point going out in the wet. I don't know why the AI always do. There's no point. They're just wasting time, you know, because you're going to go faster than dry. So we'll just wait, sit tight, and just wait for the dry period. I'm going to quickly check, though, the track grip, and just quickly assess that. There's not going to be rain right at the end, so I might need to go a little bit earlier. Let's just quickly see as we go through this session. Forecast center comes through. Going to get to the dry period about now, so I'm going to send them out, yeah, now. I don't want to risk it if there is any rain right at the death. I'll obviously qualify on a set of ultras. I think that's the tire we want to start on with. I mean, there's no other logical one to go with, really, in terms of we don't know what will happen in the race, and I don't know enough info on the super softs to decide that. So we'll go on the ultras. No rain inbound right at the end, so it'll be all fine and clear. Hopefully, we'll get through into Q3. You never know. Sometimes there's some weird occurrences with lap times on this game. Sometimes when you go from wet to dry, rather. As we go through, then purple for Vettel there. So he's going a lot faster than Verstappen is. Verstappen across the line with a 1:25.6. Vettel, though, blistering lap time, 1:25.5. The last sector let him down, though. 2 purples, but I think he went green in the last sector. I thought that was going to be a lot faster than it actually was in the end. But 7.3 seconds faster than Chilton in the Toro Rosso. Clearly showing once again why. I don't know why the AI bother, but they always do. But Ricciardo at the moment is actually in the drop zone here in the second Mercedes car, so that's something to note maybe. The Mercedes might have one less car in the top 10 shootout, and therefore the high-end top end for the race. Let's watch out for where Ricciardo ends up here as he's on a lap. He goes purple, actually, so he's answering the critics there that I had, the criticism I had. As Ricciardo comes through now. Hamilton sets fast lap of the session now. And Ricciardo comes through and he goes fastest. The Mercs are looking fast once again there on the Ultras there. 2.5 tenths ahead of us there on the same compound tyre. Don't do this again. Don't do this to me again. Not like South Africa, please. All right, top 10 shootout time then. This is where it matters. We've done the job in Q2. Start on the Ultras, as everyone will. But now it's showtime. Track grip. Ooh, it's going to rain. It's going to rain. I just saw a little blip of rain. Go out early, guys. Set a lap time. For the love of God, set a lap time. There's a bit of rain there in the middle of the session, so let's get out there. We're literally the first guys out on track, so that's good, I think. I mean, track grip will go up and then plummet as soon as the rain starts to come down, so maybe we could have timed that a little bit better, but I'll rather not take the risk there and just get going, because the rain might start coming down just as we end the lap potentially. So let's see how this goes. It's purple for Verstappen ahead of Vettel there on the green. So let's see how this goes there in sector 2. Purple for Verstappen again. So Verstappen going better this time than Vettel, surprisingly, even though Vettel seemed like the faster one in Q1 and Q2. As we go across the line then, Seb with the 125.2, I think that would be, because Verstappen set to 125.1. And so that's provisional pole for him. We're 8 tenths faster than Fernando Alonso in the Red Bull. That's massive for us compared to Alonso, because Alonso was looking pretty damn quick out South Africa last episode. What do the Mercs do? Let's see. But the water is coming, and Hamilton is still in the last sector. He got across the line. Oh, he just splits us with the middle time there. 300ths of a second slower than Verstappen there, and literally 400ths faster than Vettel. Ricciardo is still on his lap there, and the rain's come down. So last sector, it's a poor one for Ricciardo there with the rain in last sector. So that might just be us booked in, because it's going to rain for the rest of the session. So that just might be Max Verstappen booked in for his very first pole position for Ferrari, I think that is, because I think Seb's got it twice now. I don't think Verstappen's got a pole for us yet in Ferrari, and that's quite crazy considering, obviously, technically, Verstappen's got the worst engine of the two and the worst car of the two, and he's the one that's shown up in quali. So maybe he heard me about that whole 2 races now not performing. It's now time to give the car back to Seb, and he's pulled it out of the bag there with a pole position. And I think, well, you'd think that no one can improve because, well, the track rate's going to go up a little bit at the end there when it stops raining for a hot minute, but I don't think anyone should really improve too much. Let's fast forward and see. Let's keep an eye out on Hamilton, see what he does. Right now, qualifying has ended, and it ends in rain, and so Max Verstappen gets his first pole position for Ferrari, I'm pretty sure. Vettel in 3rd place. Hopefully he can get a good start and jump Hamilton, and we can get a good strong 1-2 going in the race, but you never know with these two. You never know with the race starts we've had in this game, also this entire series so far, but there we go. Pole for Max Verstappen. All right, race time. There's a bit of rain in the air here. Looks like we might, we start on the intermediates. Interesting, and then we'll go to the dry tyres. So this has changed everything up. Right, going to go with the soft tyre race trim. I think conservative will be the way to go. Trying to stretch tyres after this intermediate stint, but going to go on full-out attack then at the start of this Grand Prix. And, well, hopefully we have some decent play. Vettel has, obviously, the perk of being good in the wet, so hopefully he can get a good start here and get Hamilton. And then we'll see if it's going to be Ferrari v Ferrari for the first part of the race. Here we go then, towards 5 red lights to the Canadian Grand Prix. Verstappen on pole, Vettel in 3rd place. 5 red lights are out, and we're underway. It's a slow start for both our cars as, a Mercedes car catapults himself into turn 1. Ricciardo shoots off into the gravel in the runoff area. Hamilton has got Verstappen. Initially, Ricciardo also jumped Vettel, but he's now shot it off, and he's down to last place, I believe that is. So Hamilton now in the lead of the Grand Prix. Again, really unfortunate, but now we go chasing after him, and hopefully we can. But that's really annoying, frustrating. Again, I called it, with a bad start. But let's see how this goes. Usually these Ferrari cars pick up pace a little bit as we go on. And remember, we've got these perks of being better in the race, especially for Seb's car. So let's see how this goes then. Though I will say the gap right now is 2.3 to Seb from Verstappen to Hamilton. So right now Hamilton is doing a great job at getting away from us here. But let's see how this progresses as we go through this intermediate period towards the soft tyre stint. But we're going to have to try and conserve these tyres and stretch them. And make sure we don't burn too much fuel as well. I want to keep that all in check for the next part of the race. But Seb makes a bit of mistake there in P3. So at the moment, not pressurizing Verstappen too much there in 2nd place. Oh my God. Oh my God. Nope. Issue with the engine. Here we go again. What? Okay, we have to do an engine swap. So I think the engine reliability for Max really did not pay off there. Oh my lord. Okay, it's a good thing we have to pit onto dries pretty soon anyway, so we'll go to softs and risk that. Fixed part. That's why it's iffy. It's only 40% in the race. Oh my lord. Okay, looks like our new engine upgrades are actually not that upgradable. That's okay, because we didn't get the engine as reliable as I wanted it to before the race. The -10 then on the reliabilities really crunched things up there. So, okay, we're going to have to pit now. He's got no engine. He's on 0%. So Seb's going to overtake him there. Yeah, Seb into third place. How's everything looking for you? You're looking fine, actually. It's really just Max's engine then. That's the only thing that's really iffy here. So that's really frustrating. We're down to 4th place now. We're going to come in from 4th place and pit for an engine change now. This is going to be massive amount of time lost here for the engine swap. Come on. Oh, here we go. Right, we're out in P14. That's, okay, that's something at least. Right, engine is still 40%, so going to just stay in medium now, basically. But let's push like a stabbed rat then and try and gain some time here. For Seb, we're pushing hard, trying to catch up to Hamilton now in this period where we're getting towards the dry. Right, Hamilton's pit. We're going to pit. Yeah, I'm not going to ignore you, Seb. Right, we've got 24 laps left. 20 laps, 14, 9... 13, I would say we've got knowledge on the soft tyres though, so I think I would rather go on those and lean on them more. So let's go with that. We'll go for a fast pit stop. Let's risk it. Hamilton's on a set of super softs. So he's on the middle compound tyre. That's fine. That's fine. I want to go conservative. We'll do our own race here. Right, come in. Set of soft tyres. Overheated tyres for Verstappen now. Let's back those up a little bit. Right, Seb with a good pit stop. No mistake there. So he comes out in 2nd place. 4.4 behind Hamilton. He's got a lot of fuel to save, unfortunately. We're going to push him on the outlap for a little bit here. But at the moment, obviously, Hamilton is going to be faster right now on that set of compounded tyres. But hopefully we come back through with the tyre wear. Right, Daniel Ricciardo has crashed out of the Grand Prix. That's not turn 1 exactly, turn 3, I think, at the hairpin. So 1 Merc is out, so at least we know Mercedes aren't going to get a whole load of points there. But Verstappen right now is chasing after and trying to overtake Nico Hülkenberg in the McLaren car. This might be on low fuel, actually. He's still got some decent speed here. I'm gone on low fuel because this engine is still iffy. It's 34%. And I just can't afford to really push it. So the irony is, it's fuel efficient, but I can't afford to go in higher fuel modes because otherwise it's going to wear out too much. So let's just see how this goes here. But Raikkonen and Hülkenberg in very lofty P4 and 5 then. Alfa Romeo and the McLaren might just have a good chance of finishing ahead of Verstappen here. Alonso's P3, Seb is P2, 9.8 behind Hamilton there. So Hamilton again being OP as ever in 1st place now. And I don't have much of an answer right now because we just have to do our race here and try and stretch this tyre a little bit as much as we can. Lando Norris has now crashed, P17 in the McLaren. That's not going to be any kind of safety car, unfortunately. No safety car for Ricciardo either, which is surprising, really. That's a little bit annoying because I would have liked to have bunched up Vettel with Hamilton a little bit because now gap 7.6, so it's coming down now because we're pushing and Hamilton's struggling on tyres, but it's not coming down as much as I can, and now Hamilton's pushing again, so it's kind of ebbing and flowing, really. So we're not really making the gains I want to. We've gone to this next lap. Maybe now we push with the ERS out of the hairpin. That could be a vibe here. Down that straight. Got worn tyres for Verstappen. That's fine. Keep going, son. Keep going. And again, Verstappen is on a red engine here, so he's going to have to pit again. So we may as well push now, flat out here, and just pit in pretty much on this next lap now. I would say 25% tyre wear. We'll keep on going a little bit longer. A little bit longer, mate. 26%. Keep going. Engine's red. Keep going. Tyres overheated. Using all this fuel just before the... Oh, he's crashed. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. He crashed with... Who is this car? Is that Raikkonen? Yeah, look at the radio. He's saying he's a twat because he was trying to overtake Raikkonen. So the engine didn't blow up. It was actually just him making a move on Raikkonen, and he's gone round the outside, it looks like, of the chicane, it looks like, and he's like smashed into the wall there. And so Verstappen, from pole position glory, is out of this Grand Prix. Right, I'm going to pit in for a set of super soft tyres. Hamilton did... Basically, I'm doing the swap of what Hamilton did here, and I'm hoping that it works out for us of being a little bit faster in this second stint as we're going to come in now. Tyres getting a little bit worn, 15%. We've gained 1.1 seconds there on that in-lap. Please have a good pit stop, lads. No mistake. Good stuff. Out in second place. We're now 11 seconds to Hamilton, but he's got major tyre wear already on those soft tyres. He's already got 78%. So let's hope. Right, let's go neutral, and just hope that we can naturally close up on him a little bit with these tyres. Come on. All right, sit rep now. 4 laps to go in this Grand Prix, and it's really not panned out for us. Hamilton, as ever, as he's been a few times in this series, once he gets to the first place, it's just nigh on impossible to get him, really. Like, even with... I don't even think he has the perk anymore of being good in the lead. Because I think we removed that a long time ago from the mod, but he's just still crazy, and I don't have the fuel for it. I have the tyre wear for it, but don't really have the fuel for it, really, to push on. I have to go to medium now for the rest of this race to get this back into the green. Yeah, the gap's still about 13 seconds there, unfortunately. Final lap of the Grand Prix. Seb, I'm hoping we can try and set a fast lap of the Grand Prix potentially on this last lap here. Let's see how this goes on overtake mode. Go medium, save some fuel at the end there. No, 2 whites there. We don't even set the fast lap of the Grand Prix as Vettel goes across the line, and it's second place there. Hamilton gets another win this season. Vettel second place, but I don't even think we got the fast lap of the Grand Prix. I don't know who actually got it. If it was Hamilton, then that's really annoying for us. That's 2 whole points ahead of us, which doesn't sound like a lot, but that is a lot in the grand scheme of things of how close it's been this season. And I was going to say, you know, Ricciardo's at the Grand Prix, so at least we can get some points on Merc. But no, Verstappen's now out, so both teams, Merc and Ferrari, 1 DNF. And the other finishing the race on either the first or second step of the podium. So yeah, Hamilton did get the fast lap of the Grand Prix, so he gets 12 points to our 8. And so in the Drivers' Championship, Hamilton now is 8 points ahead of Sebastian Vettel. Verstappen's 29 off the lead now. Ricciardo slips down to P5. And the Constructors, for the first time now, Mercedes are ahead of us there by 2 points. It's only 2, but that's a pretty big 2, really. It feels like it, because it just feels like we've lost a lot of momentum in the last 2 episodes, despite having the better car, despite having a good driver lineup. Hamilton's got the race lead, controlled it. We've had issues left, right, and centre here with either tyre wear, fuel, and now the engine blowing up, and Verstappen just crashing out the Grand Prix outright there. 1.4 in the bank, but we've still got a lot of work to do here now. Nevertheless, though, if you guys did enjoy the episode, then be sure to hit that up and let me know what you thought in the comments below. Next episode is the British Grand Prix. Hopefully, that was a pretty decent race for us last season, I believe, if I remember correctly. So hopefully, it can be another good one for us. And we need to break this streak now. Hamilton's got, what's that now? Hamilton's got 3 wins in a row now. We need to break this momentum. We need to have a Ferrari win. Don't care who it is, Verstappen or Seb. We need to get a Ferrari win at the British Grand Prix and break this momentum that Hamilton's now building in this season. But guys, like I said, if you did enjoy, hit that like button. If you're only around here, subscribe for weekly, full-on content. I've been over. Have a trusted day. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.